Hi, this is Shui with a review of the Y-Not-05, the fifth signature shoe for Russell Westbrook. Yeah, the player is not doing really great, but the shoe is continuing to evolve nicely. Actually, I felt that the 4 was a step down or a step backward because the 4 was a pretty awful shoe in terms of the fact that the heel Phylon foam was rigid and hard, elevated and rigid and hard. It was the worst thing you could ever ask for, I think, in terms of a foam combination. But they made some progress here. The foam is a little bit more giving and a little bit more spongy compared to the 4s. If you enjoy the Why Not 02s, you will enjoy this as well. The Why Not series usually has a protruded bottom-loaded zoom air, which kind of is ridiculous because you don't really feel that zoom air working to its maximum capacity because it's not like they have a super unique foam material. It's just injected Phylon. So this time, having the zoom air bottom-loaded, not bottom loaded but loaded just under your strobo board, you can actually see and feel the shape of the zoom air on the forefoot. That's great. It's the best feeling forefoot zoom air setting since I don't know, I think this is the best forefoot zoom air setting for the Why Not Zero series so far. The 2s were great because the zoom bag was a little bit thicker and fuller, even though it was bottom loaded. I would say this is comparable to that, except this is even lower to the crown. So this is an upgrade in many sense of the word. The heel Phylon, it's as spongy and shock absorbing, kind of forgiving like the Y-Not-02 or the Jordan 30s. So that's a definite upgrade. The 3s and the 4s, I felt they were a little bit negligent in terms of coming up with something with a bit of a lower density on the heel to provide that added cushioning, since they don't have any air or special foam setting on the heel. So this is good. There's a clear heel to toe drop because the forefoot is so low to the ground, so that's a good setting to prevent any possible injuries to your ankle or your Achilles. The upper material is interesting because you can see this foamy, spongy thing all around. It's pretty breathable and very flexible at the same time. It's coated with this thin layer of a nylon type of meshy material, so it's pretty breathable overall. And they added some reinforcements with these leather patches to ensure that the toe drag area or the parts where you might get stepped on won't provide immediate access to the more sensitive bits, so that you will not be as fragile. It provides a little bit of added durability there. It fits true to size, but it's pretty roomy all over and seems to be a little bit long. But for me, it fit just nice, true to size. But for those who like a form fit, you might want to go down half a size. And those who have really super narrow fit, you might even want to consider going down a whole size. But try it yourself and then decide. The toe box area, it's not crazy spacey. And at the same time, what makes it good is that the lace loop comes all the way down in this interesting fashion. So when you lace it up, you actually get a nice fastening, nice little lockdown on the toe box area. And this is something that I would like to see in more shoes in the future. This is something that I love about the shoe more than anything right now. The padding all around is adequate and nice, and the heel cup is there to get the job done, but it might feel a little bit roomy for some. Do try them on and see if it fits. It clutches your heel well. Depending on the shape of your foot, you might feel some heel slippage. So try it on. I felt like this had a little bit more give than previous Why Not models. So, and the outsole pattern is pretty interesting. It's got the suction cup type of pattern that you see in the Zoom universe, as well as the rice bit patterns that you've seen in shoes like the Kyrie Low 2s and 3s. So this is a good combination of both worlds, better than lazy herringbone. I think Why Not, except for the lightning pattern from the Why Not 03, every Why Not series had excellent traction. But this comes in the XDR version. XDR, one thing I'm confused about is it stands for extra durable rubber. And in the 90s, when it was first introduced, or in the 2000s, they actually did try to come up with a rubber compound that's a little bit more durable than the conventional rubber outsoles out there. But nowadays, it seems like it's not more about the rubber, but just a thin coating, a film coating on the outside to make sure you wear the shoe a little bit longer. But the film there is very thin and it's pretty slippery. So you actually need to wear that out a little bit to really unlock the full potential of the traction that this pattern provides. So that's something you might want to keep in mind. Initially, you might feel some slippage. Yeah, I think pretty much I covered it all. The insole is compared to the One Take 3, which had a nice dense ortholite-like insole. This is a little bit less dense. It's more spongy and soft. It might provide some nice stepping comfort, but I prefer the One Take a little bit denser ortholite-like insole, which provides some added cushioning, not just some stepping comfort. But I won't complain about this. This is not bad either. It's better than something that's super thick and flaky, like what you find in the previous PG5 and Zion 1 models, where it took up like quite a lot of space, real estate there, but it didn't really deliver except just feel the nooks and crannies of your toes. So there. Yeah, the price point, I feel like it could be a little bit more affordable, what with the PG series being so low price point and still able to deliver some upgrades as we move up to the future models. So yeah, that's other than that, I think this is a pretty good shoe. Pretty unfortunate for Russell Westbrook and his career. Interestingly, one of his best shoe came out during his worst points in his career.